to be able to implement the peer-to-peer networking and client-server base, we need what we call node or computer. You know, computer is what we are going to use for the networking. And then we also need cable. So the cable is the transmission medium. It allows transmission of message or data. And then we also involve IP address, that is internet protocol. When you say IP address, meaning internet protocol. And this IP address is used to identify a computer on the network. So we have two types that we can set on the network. We have the static IP address and then dynamic IP address. Now the dynamic IP address, this is what we have, DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So that's the dynamic IP address. And then we also have to understand what we call pinging. Ping. That is the packet internet grouper. That's the meaning. P is the packet. And then the packet, the internet, the I here is the IN is the internet, and then the J is the grouper. Now, let's go to, I'm going to just do very simple demonstration on how to use the ping. So when you have command prompt, so I'm going to use command prompt to demonstrate so let's use command prompt here. Now, when you look at the command prompt here, I'm going to use the ping. So if you are connected to the internet, you can just type png. And then you type, let's say, www.google.com. And then you press enter. As far as you are connected to the internet, you see this? So I'm able to ping google.com. And Google has this IP address. This is the IP address of Google. So you can see packets that are sent. I have 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So 4 packets sent, and then 4 packets received. So meaning that I've been able to hit their server. And this is the IP address of their server. So I can just put down the IP address here. And then instead of using www.google.com, I can use the IP address. So when you look at what we are going to do, let's just type png 216.216.58.223.196. Then let's do see this. So you either use the domain name www.google.com or the IP address. So if you know the IP address of Google, just type and then it's going to hit. So whatever site that you have, if you have any website address, you can ping it, and then you'll be able to know the IP address. If I type ping www.facebook.com, then you enter. See this? So I've been able to hit Facebook server, which is the server IP address is 157.240, and then 212 and 35. So this is the IP address of Facebook. So if you are a good hacker, you can hack their system if you know the IP address and other techniques. Okay, so let's make the pinging or the ping very, very important. So we are going to demonstrate how the peer-to-peer as we did yesterday. So let me close this one. So let me, so I have the program. So this is the program I've installed, Cisco Packet Tracer, the student version. Let me open it. So when you open it, you can see that this is the platform. So this is the platform for the Cisco Packet Tracer. Now, I'm going to demonstrate the peer-to-peer again for us to understand. Now I have the end devices here. Just click on it. And then you have the desktop here. So I'm going to do it one by one. Just click on the desktop and I'll move it here. Leave it on it. So the next one, click on it and then leave it on it. So we have two computers now. Now what we want to understand is that when you look at this, after your computer, what next? Cable. So we have the node. So we have two computers on it, and then we need a cable. So now we go to this sign here. When you point at it, you see connections. Just click on it. Now we have this one here. Just click on it sign. This sign means that it will automatically choose connection type. So you click on it, you click on the computer, and then you join it. So automatically, there's a connection. Now, how do you get your IP address? That is the question. How do you get your IP address? I want us to see something here. Now, when we go to when you buy a router, when you look at the down of the router, you see IP address on it. But I'm going to show you something. So let's look at classes. I'm going to show you something. Classes of IP address. So you see, this is how we have the classes. So if I will show you this one, show you this one. Now you can look at this: class A, class B, class C, class D, class E. So you can choose this one, 0 to 127. That is one IP address you can choose. You can also choose this IP address, which is 128 to 191. You can also choose IP address starting from 192 to 223. And then we have the D, 224 to 239. And then we have a E, 240 to 255. Now, you don't worry. You come to understand how we use the IP address. You can see examples here, but let go on. You come to understand this one. Now, what is static IP address? So let's go to this, click on this one. Now you have physical, so these are the properties of the machine. You can see, I can zoom it, I can zoom out this machine, and then we see. So this is the CD-ROM. You can see CD-ROM. This is the power. I can put off this computer. I can put on. See? So the moment I put off, you see, the machine is off, so it won't work. But if I put it on, you see it's working. So this is the machine and then the properties. So all these are the properties. See this? You can see another properties of this machine. So, but then you can see the USB hard drive. So this is the USB hard drive. But this is what we want to look for, configuration. When it comes to configuration, the display name is here. That is the display name. We want to change this one to AMA. So it has changed to AMA. Okay. Now, after this, you see the interface here. Just click on fast internet. When you click on it, you see MAC address of this machine is here. But what we are interested in the IP configuration. We have the DHCP, which I used yesterday. And then we have the static IP address. So we have two: static IP address, dynamic host configuration protocol, IP address. When you click here, say IP address, I can now put here. I'm going to use one IP address, 192.168.1. Let me give this one 1. Let me click here. You see, to give you subnet math, later I'll explain why these numbers are here. So I've given this IP address. Now, I'm done with this one. So let me close it. So I'll come to this one and click on it. So if I come here, you can even see this one is on, see off, can power it on. Okay, the same as the previous one. When you go to configuration, we change the name, display name. So let's say this is Kofi. So I've changed the name to Kofi. I've changed the name to Kofi. Now this one has fast internet. Just click on it. The same thing. So static IP address. So the first one I gave 192.168.1.1, but this one will be 2. So that is this. So you see that it has given us the subnet mask. I'll come to this later. So this is the IP address of this second machine. So I can copy this IP address. Let's close it. Now, what I want us to understand here is that we have given IP address to these machines. So let me label this IP address here. This is 192.168.1.1. And then let's name this. This is the IP address of this machine. So you can see we have the IP address for this and then this one. Now, we are saying peer-to-peer network. So according to the definition I gave yesterday, peer-to-peer network means connecting 2 computers with a cable or more. So if you want to connect more than 2 computers, then it means you will need another device called switch. So we'll come to that. Now, what I have here is that I'm going to do the same thing I did to pinging. Pinging. When we say ping, so ping, packet internet GOPA. So what is the meaning of the ping? It's a basic internet program that allows a user to test and verify a destination machine. So we are going to find whether there is a destination machine or the destination machine exists. So let's go to our Cisco. Now click on this machine, and then we have the desktop. This is the desktop. So click on this desktop. You can see IP configuration. Yesterday, I explained this IP configuration. See, when you click on it, it's going to give you what we did. So it's either you come here, and then you come and do, or you go to desktop. When you go to desktop, click on this one, and then you see IP configuration. So you can set your IP configuration. And we have already done that. So what I want us to do is the command prompt. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did to www.google.com. So it said ping. So we use the IP address of google.com. Here, this machine doesn't have domain name. So we are using the IP address. And this is the IP address 192.168.1.1. This is the IP address of this machine. I'm pinging, so I have to use AMA to ping Kofi. So instead of 1, I have to put 2 because I'm using AMA, which is the source computer or the one with the source address, this one. I'm using AMA to ping Kofi, and Kofi's IP address is this. So right now, if I press enter, you see, so this is what we saw when we pinged google.com. Packet sent 4, and then packet received. So it means that Kofi AMA's machine has been able to verify the existence of Kofi's machine. We can also do the same thing by going to we can also do the same thing here. So AMA, this is Kofi. Now you can say Kofi, click on Kofi's machine, go to desktop. So, and then click on command prompt. So when you click on command prompt, just type png. This is Kofi. Kofi is pinging AMA, pinging AMA. So let's say 192.168.1.1. Press enter. So the moment you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, it means that I've been able to send 4 packets and then receive 4 packets. 0% loss. So everything was successful. The packet was sent successfully. So now it means that these 2 machines are able to share resources. This is what we call peer-to-peer network. There is no server here. There's no server machine here. So in this case, this machine can send a message to this machine. Now there is what we call, if you are sending a message from this machine to this, then you must understand that when AMA sends a message to Kofi, Kofi has to acknowledge AMA that he has received the message. So we are going to do something right now. I did it yesterday. Let's go to this one, click on it, simulation. When you click on simulation, it will change this bar here. To change it. So let's close this dialog box. Now it's in simulation mode. This is the message we want to use. So click on this message. And then click on AMA. And then click on Kofi. So the moment you do that, you can see down here that in progress, you can see last status in progress. Source, AMA. So this is AMA. Destination. This is destination. Kofi is the destination. So what we are going to do is I'm going to click on this one. Then it's going to play how the message will be sent to Kofi, and Kofi will then acknowledge AMA that I have received the message. So let's click on it and wait. See this? The message has been sent to Kofi. Now Kofi will send acknowledgement to Ama. That is it. So you see down here, it's successful. When you see it's successful, it means that the message has been delivered. So you can see the mark, meaning that the message has been delivered. Okay, so let me delete what I've done right now. Now, we are going to send from Kofi to Ama and see whether Kofi can also deliver or can also send a message to Ama. So they are now sharing resources or communicating now. So click on this one. You click on this. This is the source, and then destination. Click on this. So you can see here, last status in progress. Source, Kofi, now is from Kofi to Ama, destination. See the destination, Kofi to Ama. So let's see how the packet is going to be transmitted, and then Ama will then acknowledge. So click on it. The message has been sent to Ama. Ama will then send acknowledgement to Kofi. This is it. So you see successful here, meaning that the message has been delivered. So this is what we call the peer-to-peer network. Peer-to-peer network. And here it's only between two computers. So if you want to involve another computer, then you need a switch because this one has a port. I'm going to show you how the port, the network port look like. So let's go to, I'm going to show so we have, I have okay. So let me show you this. Okay, let me go to the, I have it here. Let me show you this. Now you can see that this is how the cables look like. You see a cable with a port. This is the port, how the port look like. Inside this port, we have 8 cables or 8 wires, 1, 2, up to 8. So you can see orange, white, orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, brown, white, brown. So that is how the colors look like. And this is what we call the RJ45 plug. So when you are connecting, you have to do something like this, and then you insert the pins into the RJ45. And then you have something like this. So at the back of the computer, there's a network port. There's a network port. So there's a network port here, and then another network port here. So what we are going to do is, if you need another computer to be connected, then you need a switch. What is a switch? A switch allows the transmission of packets from one computer to another, and it allows multiple connection of computers. So we can see here, see the switch, click on it, the switch, and then I'm going to use this one. This one will, let's see the port. How many ports we have here? Let's click on it. So when you look at this, let's zoom in and check how many ports. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ports. So it means that this switch will allow only up to 4 computers. So if you want more switch, more port, a switch with more port, let's click on this one. Leave it here. So let's click on it. So you can see that this one, let me zoom in. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one has 12 here. Another port. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one has 24 ports. A switch with 24 ports. So it means that it's going to connect computers up to 24. So we can use this one here, or we use, so let me put this one here. I need only this. So if we are going to connect 3 or 4 computers, then we have to delete this link. Click on this one, and then just click on the link. So we are going to implement new links to the switch. So let's add 2 computers. Click on this one. Click on this, leave it here. Click on it, leave it here. So we are going to connect all these 4 computers to the switch. So click on it. See, click on it, click on this one. Click on it, click on this, leave it here. Click on it, leave it here. So it means that this is a peer-to-peer where we have 4 computers. And we want these 4 computers to communicate. So now let's go to this one. And then let's go to desktop IP configuration. So already we have the IP address for this. So we don't have to worry. Now let's go to, Kofi also has IP address. So let's go to this one. So I have to change the name on this. So this one is going to be Kwesi. Then click on fast, or just come here and then click on IP configuration. Then what is this IP going to be? 192.168.1. I'm going to give this one 3 because you already have first one, 1, 2. This one is going to be 3. So .3. So I'm done with this one. So I've given this machine IP address 192.168.1.3. Then left with this one. Let's go to this. Let me go to the 4th machine. Then we click on this one, go to IP configuration. Then I'm going to 192.168.1.4. So this is the IP address for the 4th machine. Just close it. I'm going to label it. So click on this. So the IP address I've assigned to this machine, this is it, 4. So it means that now we can share, we can communicate. I want to find out from this machine. This is Amma. I want to ping whether Amma can reach the fourth machine. The fourth machine, let me give it a name. So let's go and give it a name. Go to configuration. The name should be, let's say, Paul. So I've given the name Paul to this machine. Now I'm going to use this one to ping if this machine exists. So let's click on this one. Then go to command prompt. Then you ping. So we have ping 192.168.1.4. So let's see. Now, anytime you have it this way, it means that you are in the simulation mode, so it won't allow you. So just go back, close everything here, and then go to simulation mode, go and turn it to red time. So let me click on red time. At the red time, we can ping to check whether a machine exists. So I'll go back to this machine and then go and ping again. Okay, so let me go back. So I use Amma to ping Paul. So let's see. So you can see there's a communication now. So we have packet sent 4. So you can see packet sent 4, and then packet received. Okay, so let's see. Please connect after 1 minute. So this is how the communication works here. So what we want to do is to simulate